Good evening, quiz fans. You all right, everyone? Hope you're enjoying isolation. We've got a few people online already. We'll give it a few more minutes to see if anyone else turns up, and then we'll get going. Right, first things first, if you look at the description for this video, there's a link to it, and I'm about to post it on the chat as well. That, hopefully, will take you to a doc which has got this week's picture round on it. So the exciting new feature. I knew the internet has been alive and on fire with what the new feature might be. And it is indeed a picture round. 20 famous bunny rabbits to try and identify. It is Easter after all. And that will be, we'll do that all the way through. You've got plenty of time until the halfway point after the third round. We'll do the answers to that. So I hope everyone manages to get open that okay and can have a look at it. And see if you can figure out who they all are. We've got a few people coming through. Hello to the Darren Blowfield crew. Hello, Mrs. Ruddock. How are you? And the Sims family are on. I'm ready to go. So this week, 6 rounds again. And the categories are, or titles are, opening lines, who am I, chicken and the egg, little and large, sporting firsts, and my favourite round of all, animal, vegetable, mineral, or cheese. Let's face it, cheese is the most important of all the elements. So we'll have the first 3 rounds, then we'll have a little break and we'll do the picture round. Hopefully you've all managed to get that. I will keep reminding you about the link. It's in the descriptions of the video, and also I'll keep posting it on the chat every so often so you can follow it and hopefully open that up. If anyone's having any problems, let me know on the chat, and we'll probably not be able to sort it out because I haven't got a clue, but you know, maybe someone else will. Okay, so remember to go follow that link, find your pictures, have a go at the picture round. Now, anyone who has followed the Thursday virtual pub quiz that the guy did, it's been very successful. Unfortunately, he went and copied one of my rounds. One of his music round is quite similar to mine, but I'd like to say that I did write this last weekend, so I definitely didn't copy him. It's the other way around. So there. So we'll give it, I don't know, a couple of minutes, 1 more minute or 2 more minutes, and see if anyone else comes on, and then we will start with round 1 of opening lines. Don't worry, I'm not going to sing them. That would soon see our numbers slip. Also, yes, I should point out I am on coffee today. Believe it or not, after 2 weeks of isolation, I've hit saturation point. I cannot take another drink for at least 24 hours. But I'm sure I'll be back to it tomorrow. Who'd have thought it? Okay, so there's people still coming on. I think we're about nearly ready to go. Numbers a little bit up. We can always repeat a few if we get a load more people in, but I think we're about there. We'll give it to, what should we say? Should we give it till 5 past? Everyone happy with that? So everyone be on and ready to go. And then we'll start. So it gives you time to get yourself a pen and paper. All I will say is try not to put any answers in the comments. Just, you know, let everyone have a go without having to read that. And obviously I've got no control over who's reading this, so don't put anything too nasty in the comments. I don't know who might be reading it. I don't want to get in trouble. So that's cool. Thank you. And providing if you start, a few people start just putting in there in the comments to say you're ready to go, and then we will start. Right, if Tony says go, that must be good enough for everyone. Okay, one more time. I'll just quickly copy the link again into there for the picture round. Yes, again in the comments is the picture round. Click on that, follow it. You'll go to a document with all your pictures on there for the pictures around and find out who the famous bunnies are. Okay, ready? Round one. Music opening lines. Look at the stars. Look how they shine for you and everything you do. So look at the stars. Look how they shine for you and everything you do. That's question one in the music opening lines. Okay, question two. Go, Shorty, it's your birthday. So with this round, I will say that you can, obviously there is the song and the artist. I think you probably say half a point for each. I'll be generous. So that was question two. Go, Shorty, it's your birthday. Right, question three. Please allow me to introduce myself. I'm a man of wealth and taste. Please allow me to introduce myself. I'm a man of wealth and taste. That's question three in the opening lines. Okay, question four. When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me. That's the opening line of what song and by who? When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me. Question five in this first round. Streets like a jungle, so call the police. Follow the herd down to Greece. So artist and title to this song, Streets like a jungle, so call the police. Following the herd down to Greece. Okay, question six. And now the end is near, and I face the final curtain. Question six again. And now the end is here, and so I face the final curtain. And on to question seven. Coming out of my cage and I've been doing just fine. Is the opening line to which song? And by who? Okay, question seven again. Coming out of my cage and I've been doing just fine. On to question eight. Load up on guns, bring your friends. It's fun to lose and to pretend. That's question eight. Load up on guns, bring your friends. It's fun to lose and to pretend. Question 9. When I wake up, yeah, I know I'm going to be the man who wakes up next to you. That's question 9. Who sang this and what's the name of the song? When I wake up, yeah, I know I'm going to be the man who wakes up next to you. And finally in this round, as always, question 10. The sirens are screaming and the fires are howling way down in the valley tonight. The sirens are screaming and the fires are howling way down in the valley tonight. Who sung that and what's the name of the song? That's the last one in the round. Hopefully everyone got all those okay. I would say, would you like any repeats, but I'm not going to. And we'll have the answers for that after round 2. Hopefully everyone's found the link okay and this has got the picture around and you're still working through those all right and it's opened. No one said otherwise, so I assume so. Either that or none of you have bothered, whichever. I don't care. So if we're all good, we will move on to round 2. And round 2 is Who Am I? Okay, so question 1 in round 2. Who am I? I was born in Honolulu, Hawaii in 1961. I'm a graduate of the Columbia University and Harvard Law School. I ran for the United States Senate in 2004. One more time. It's going to be a lot of reading out. It's more reading than I've ever done, I think. I was born in Honolulu, Hawaii in 1961. I'm a graduate of the Columbia University and Harvard Law School. I ran for the United States Senate in 2004. Okay, cool. Question 2. I was born in Liverpool in 1940 and died in 1980. My first band was called the Quarrymen, and in 2002, a BBC poll of 100 Greatest Britons ranked me 8th. That's question 2 again. I was born in Liverpool in 1940 and died in 1980. My first band was called the Quarrymen. In 2002, a BBC poll of the 100 Greatest Britons ranked me 8th. Ready? We'll go on to question 3. I was born in Michigan in 1863. I was an American industrialist and I developed the system of mass production and assembly line manufacture. I became one of the most famous and richest people in the world at the time. So that's question 3, one more time. I was born in Michigan in 1863. I was an American industrialist and I developed the system of mass production and assembly line manufacture. I became one of the most famous and richest people in the world at the time. And that was question 3. Okay, I see on the chat a couple of people having a bit of a problem with delay. I hope it's not too bad. I hope you can manage to deal with it. Sorry. Okay, we're on to question 4. I was born in Bedford in 1929. I was a famous British actor, writer, and broadcaster, and I am best known for my comedy and my love of words. As well as writing and starring in a number of sitcoms, I was part of a double-act sketch show from 1971 to 1986. There's question 4 again. I was born in Bedford in 1929. I was a famous British actor, writer, and broadcaster, but I am best known for my comedy and my love of words. As well as writing and starring in a number of sitcoms, I was part of a double-act sketch show from 1971 until 1986. Okay, we are on to question 5. I was born in Somerset in 1959, and I am known for being a British businesswoman. I now own Fox Brothers, a West Country textile mill, and I regularly appear on TV alongside some of my contemporaries. Okay, question 5 one more time. I was born in Somerset in 1959, and I am known for being a British businesswoman. I now own Fox Brothers, a West Country textile mill, and I regularly appear on TV alongside some of my contemporaries. That was question 5. On to question 6. And Jeannie, don't moan at me for the pronunciation, or Simon. I was born in Ulm in Germany in 1876. In 1895, I moved to Switzerland to study, and in 1921, I won the Nobel Prize for Physics. I emigrated to the USA in 1933. I'll try that again without messing it up, hopefully. I was born in Ulm in Germany in 1876. In 1895, I moved to Switzerland to study, and in 1921, I won the Nobel Prize for Physics. I emigrated to the USA in 1933. Okay, question 7. I was born in Brighton in 1978 and was a child model. I later became a page 3 model. I have been married 3 times and appeared on several reality TV shows. Question 7 again. I was born in Brighton in 1978 and was a child model. I later became a page 3 model. I have been married 3 times and have appeared on several reality TV shows. Question 8. I was born in Walton-on-Thames, Surrey in 1935. I'm an actress, a singer, an author, and I have published a children's storybook with my daughter. In the 2000 Years Honours List, I was made a Dame, Commander of the Order of the British Empire. I'll try and get through that one again. Question 8. I was born in Walton-on-Thames, Surrey in 1935. I am an actress, a singer, and an author, and I have published a children's storybook with my daughter. In the 2000 Years Honours List, I was made a Dame Commander of the Order of the British Empire. Question 9. I was born in 1981, and my real Christian name is Calendria. I found fame in the American group Destiny's Child. One more time. I was born in 1981, and my real Christian name is Calendra. I found fame in the American group Destiny's Child. And finally, question 10. I was born in southwest London in 1976, and I am known for my career in stand-up comedy. I released my autobiography, Life and Laughing, My Story, in 2010, and in the same year I became the youngest ever host of the Royal Variety Performance. Okay, it's question 10 one more time. I was born in southwest London in 1976, and I am known for my career in stand-up comedy. I released my autobiography, Life and Laughing, My Story, in 2010. And in the same year, I became the youngest ever host of the Royal Variety Performance. Okay, so that's all 10 questions in the Who Am I round. We will do the answers to the first round in just a second. Don't forget the link in the description of this video for your picture round if anyone who's just joined us. I will just keep on posting it on the chat just in case anyone's just come in and doesn't know about it, but it's there. Follow that link for the picture round. Okay, and we will go through the opening lines, answers to round one. So, look at the stars. Look how they shine for you and everything you do. That was, of course, Coldplay and Yellow. Number 2, Go Shorty, It's Your Birthday. That's 50 Cent in the Club. Question 3, please allow me to introduce myself. I'm a man of wealth and taste. That's the Rolling Stones and Sympathy for the Devil. Question 4, when I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me. Of course, the Beatles, Let It Be. Number 5, streets like a jungle, so call the police, following the herd down to Greece. Blur and Girls and Boys, sorry. Number 5. Number 6, and now the end is here, and so I face the final curtain. Frank Sinatra, My Way. Number 6. Number 7, coming out of my cage, and I've been doing just fine. Is, of course, The Killers with Mr. Brightside. Number 8, load up on guns, bring your friends, it's fun to lose and to pretend. That was Nirvana, Smells Like Teen Spirit. Number 9, when I wake up, yeah, I know I'm going to be the man who wakes up next to you. Of course, the Proclaimers from 500 Miles. And number 10, the sirens are screaming, the fires are howling, way down in the valley tonight, is, of course, Meatloaf and Bat Out of Hell. Hope you did all right with that one. Just going to check the chat so I've got any messages that haven't come through otherwise. And then we will go on to round 3, which is the chicken and the egg. As it's nearly Easter, I thought we'd sort of have a bit of a theme going. This basically is which came first. So I'll give you 2 things. You tell me which one came first. Okay, if we're ready. Question 1. Which came first? Doctor Who's first airing, or Christopher Eccleston, the 9th Doctor, was born? Okay, so which was first? The first airing of Doctor Who, or the 9th Doctor Christopher Eccleston's birth? Just seeing a question in the comments, where do you want the score sheets? Well, you can either, if you can keep the social distance and hand them to the neighbours and let them mark them for you, then fine. Otherwise, you just have to mark them for fun, I'm afraid. There's no checking up. You can cheat if you want, but where's the fun in that? Okay, question 2. Which came first, the invention of the mercury thermometer or the discovery of Uranus? Make your own jokes to that one. So what came first, the invention of the mercury thermometer or the discovery of Uranus? And question 3. What was first, the Irish potato famine or the American Civil War? So once again, the Irish potato famine or the American Civil War, which was first? Question 4. Which was released first, the Xbox 360 or the PlayStation 3? So which was released first, the Xbox 360 or the PlayStation 3? Question 5. What happened first, the Battle of Waterloo or the Battle of Trafalgar? So, again, what came first, the Battle of Waterloo or the Battle of Trafalgar? Question 6. Which organisation was founded first, the UN or NATO? So which organisation was found first, UN or NATO? Okay, and question 7. Was it the first pencil with an attached rubber to be patented or the ballpoint pen? Which one of those was patented first? The pencil with an attached rubber or the ballpoint pen? So on to question 8. Who was born first, Aristotle or Socrates? I'm not talking about the Arsenal defender. So was it Aristotle or Socrates that was born first? Question 9. Which is believed to be built first, Stonehenge or the Pyramids of Giza? It's question 9. Which is believed to be built first, Stonehenge or the Pyramids of Giza? And always finally in this round, question 10. What came first, the World Wide Web or the debut of The Simpsons? So what was first, the World Wide Web or The Simpsons? That's the last one in the round 3, chicken and egg. Give you a minute and then we will go through the questions for round 2, or the answers, sorry, for the count round 2. Who am I? Right, I think everyone's all right and keeping up okay. Hopefully everything's working. Okay, I'm not going to read all of these out again because we'll be here all night. And let's face it, no one wants that. No one wants to be stuck looking at my ugly mug all night. It's hard enough being locked in all day. So, who am I round? Question 1, born in Honolulu, Hawaii, blah, blah, blah. The answer was Barack Obama, of course. And question 2, born in Liverpool in 1940 and died in 1980. That was John Lennon. Question 3, born in Michigan in 1863, an American industrialist, was Henry Ford. Question 4, born in Bedford in 1929. This was a bit of a trickier one. It was, maybe, I don't know if you got that it was one of the 2 Ronnies, but it was Ronnie Barker. That was question 4, was Ronnie Barker the answer. Question 5, born in Somerset in 1959, British businesswoman is Deborah Meaden from Dragon's Den. And number 6, of course, born in Germany, moved to Switzerland, Albert Einstein. And question 7, born in Brighton, 1978. I have been asked if she could be in the picture round by somebody. I'm afraid, sorry, not. But that was, of course, Jordan or Katie Price. That was question 7. And question 8, born in Walton-on-Thames in Surrey in 1935, actress, singer, and so on. That was Julie Andrews. And question 9, born in 1981, in Destiny's Child, that was Kelly Rowland. And finally, question 10, born in London in 1976, stand-up comedian, was Michael McIntyre. Hopefully you did all right with that one. We'll do the chicken and the egg round 3 answers, and then we'll go on to the picture round if everyone's managed to get the picture round okay. Unless I get a lot of comments on the chat to say that you're still struggling with that and you want a bit longer, we can leave it if you want. I don't mind. But in the meantime, we'll go on with the answers to the chicken and egg round 3. Which came first, the first airing of Doctor Who or Christopher Eccleston's Earth? It was Doctor Who in 1963. Christopher Eccleston was born in 1964. And question 2. The invention of the mercury thermometer or the discovery of Uranus? Well, it was the thermometer that was discovered or invented in 1714, and Uranus was discovered in 1781. Maybe sooner for some. And 3, the Irish potato famine or the American Civil War? It was the potato famine. It was 1845 to 1849. The American Civil War was 1861 to 65. Question 4. The Xbox 360 or the PlayStation 3, which came first? So it was the Xbox that was first released in 2005. PlayStation came out the following year in 2006. Question 5. The Battle of Waterloo or the Battle of Trafalgar? It was the Battle of Trafalgar. It was in 1805. Waterloo was in 1815. And question 6. What was founded first, the UN or NATO? It was the UN in 1945. NATO came in 1949, a few years later. Question 7. What was patented first, the ballpoint pen or the pencil with an attached rubber? It was the pencil. That was in 1858, and the ballpoint pen wasn't patented until 1888. And 8, which one of the great thinkers came first? Was it Aristotle or Socrates? It was Socrates in 470 BC. Aristotle came along a little while later in 384 BC. And number 9, which is believed to have been built first, the Pyramids of Giza or Stonehenge? It's believed to be Stonehenge, 3100 BC, as opposed to the pyramids are around 2600 BC. And finally in that round, what was first, the World Wide Web or the debut of The Simpsons? It was The Simpsons in 1987 on the Tracy Emin Show. World Wide Web was officially released or began in 1989. That's the end of that one. And I've seen quite a few people saying they'd like some more time with the picture round. That's fair enough. That's fine. So we'll give it a couple of minutes. Then we'll go on to the second half. We'll do the picture round right at the very end then. Okay. So have a minute. Get yourself a drink. Stretch your legs. That's what I'm going to do. And then we'll be back in a couple of minutes to do the second half. You do it with your friends? Oh, I mean, I'm doing it. They're just watching. Oh, just taking a minute. Yeah. Very nice. Yeah. What? That my friends watching me. They're taking a minute, really? They're not really. They're just. This coffee is very annoying because you can't get out this way. Okay, everyone, how are we doing? I've refilled my mug, so I'm ready to go. I don't know about anyone else. Good, I think there's a few people there. Everyone's on, ready to go. And round 4 will be little and large. So, as it says, the smallest and the biggest of everything. Okay, I'll just wait for a couple of people to say that they're ready and back. And then we will go with the start of round 4. Good, Darren's ready, so that speaks for everyone. So we'll go. Okay, cool. They're coming through now. Brilliant. Oh, Simon's nearly ready, but tough. You'll have to catch up. Okay, so question 1 in the little and large round. The smallest production car. What is the smallest production car? That's question 1, and on to question 2. What is the largest single living organism on Earth? So the largest single living organism on Earth. Okay, and on to question 3. In terms of mass, the smallest atom known to man. So in terms of mass, the smallest atom that we know of. And question 4. The largest species of tree. Now, if you can just give me the name of the species, that's fine, but I'll give you a bonus point if you can tell me the name of the actual largest tree itself. It has a name of its own. But the largest species of tree is fine for a point. Bonus point if you can name the biggest tree of them all. Oh, I think we've got a question. Is that a question regarding question 1 on that, about the size of the numbers of production? It's literally in the size of the vehicle itself, the smallest car to ever be put into production. Okay, so that was question 1. That was a query about question 1. It's the size of the smallest of the car itself that was put into production. Back to question 5. The smallest species of bird. That was question 5, the smallest species of bird. And question 6. The largest single church building in the world. So the largest single religious building or church in the world. And question 7, you're going to have to excuse my pronunciation of his name. Chandra Bangdor Danji, possibly, is the world's shortest ever person to be verified. But how tall was he? Was he 44.6 centimetres, 54.6 centimetres, or 64.6 centimetres? And once more, Chandra Bangdor Danji is the world's shortest ever person to be verified. How tall was he? 44.6, 54.6, or 64.6 centimetres tall? Number 8. The world's longest river. Nice and easy. Number 8, the world's longest river. And question 9. Nauru is the world's smallest island nation, but on what continent would you find it? 9 again. Nauru is the world's smallest island nation, but on what continent would you find it? And finally, question 10. According to the Guinness Book of Records, the heaviest baby ever born weighed 20 pounds, 22 pounds, or 24 pounds. All the ladies watching have just started to have eyes watering, I think, on that one. According to the Guinness Book of Records, the heaviest baby ever born weighed 20 pounds, 22 pounds, or 24 pounds. And that's the end of the little and large round. We'll go through those after the next one. Give you a minute and then we'll go on to round 5, sporting firsts. Okay, if you're ready, we will go to round 5, sporting firsts. Who was the first man to score 401 runs in one test match innings? So who was the first man to score 400 runs in one test match innings? And question 2. Who was the first player in the Premier League era to score 100 goals for 2 different clubs? So, who was the first player in the Premier League era to score 100 goals for 2 different clubs? And question 3. In 1991, Tonya Harding became the first woman to land what figure skating move during competition? That's question 3. In 1991, Tonya Harding became the first woman to land what figure skating move during competition? And question 4. How old was Nadia Comaneci when she became the first woman to score a perfect 10 in gymnastics at the 1976 Olympic Games? Was she 14, 15, or 16? So how old was Nadia Comaneci when she became the first woman to score a perfect 10 in gymnastics at the 1976 Olympic Games? 14, 15, or 16? Question 5. Who was the first footballer to have a penalty saved in an FA Cup final? So again, who was the first footballer to have a penalty saved in an FA Cup final? And on to question 6. Young Tom Morris became the first man in the history of golf to do what at the 1869 Open Championship? So young Tom Morris became the first man in the history of golf to do what in 1869 Open Championship? Question 7. Who is the first and only player in tennis history to win the Golden Slam? So that's all 4 slams plus an Olympic gold medal. Is it Serena Williams, Roger Federer, or Steffi Graf? So who is the first and only player in tennis history to win the Golden Slam? So that's all 4 slams and an Olympic gold medal all in the same year. Serena Williams, Roger Federer, or Steffi Graf? And question 8. What did Dick Beardsley and Ing Simonson become the first men to do in London on the 29th of March 1981? Question 8 again. What did Dick Beardsley and Ing Simonson become the first men to do in London on the 29th of March 1981? And question 9. Which university won the first boat race in 1829? Which university won the first boat race in 1829? And finally, now question 10. In what decade did the Super Bowl first take place? That was question 10. In what decade did the first Super Bowl take place? Give you a second for that, and then we'll go through the answers to little and large. Okay, answers for the last round, little and large. The smallest production car, that's by the actual size of the car itself, is the Peel P50. It's the smallest car to go into mass production. Question 2. The largest single living organism on the planet is a mushroom. It's the humongous fungus. I'm not going to say the Latin name. But so if you put a mushroom or a fungus or anything like that, that's fine. Covers over 2,385 acres in total. Question 3. In terms of mass, the smallest atom known to man is the hydrogen atom. Question 4. The largest species of tree is the giant sequoia. Now, if you can, for the bonus point, if you know the very largest of them all, he's called General Sherman. So you can obviously have a point for giant sequoia, but if you knew General Sherman, give yourself a bonus point. Well done. And question 5, the smallest species of bird. It's the bee hummingbird, but if you put hummingbird, I'll let you have it. But the actual derivative species is the bee hummingbird. And number 6, the largest single church or religious building in the world is St. Peter's Basilica in the Vatican. There's one single building. There is one place down in South America that's bigger by area when you total up all of the buildings and what have you. But for one single building, then the biggest is St. Peter's Basilica in the Vatican. Question 7, Chandra Danji, the world's shortest ever person. He was 54.6 centimeters tall. And question 8, the longest river, of course, is the Nile. Question 9, the island nation of Nauru, you will find in Oceania. And question 10, according to the Guinness Book of Records, the heaviest baby ever to be born weighed 22 pounds. 22-pound baby. Okay, we will go on to the final round before we do the picture round answers. Definitely make my favourite round, this one. Animal, vegetable, mineral, or cheese. Really simple. All you've got to do for your answers is either write, is it the word I give you, is it an animal, a vegetable, a mineral, or more importantly, is it cheese? Okay, question 1. A bongo. Animal, vegetable, mineral, or cheese? A bongo. Question 2, panella, P-A-N-E-L-A, panella. Which one of those is it? And question 3, arugula, A-R-U-G-U-L-A, arugula. Animal, vegetable, mineral, or cheese? Question 4, flower of Raja. Flower of Raja, what is it? And question 5, tufa, T-U-F-A, tufa, or tuffa, but is a animal, vegetable, mineral, or is it a cheese? And question 6, galena, G-A-L-E-N-A, galena. And question 7, civet, C-I-V-E-T, civet. Question 8. Rutabaga. 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 Is it an animal, vegetable, mineral, or a cheese? And number 9. Arua. A-R-U-A. Arua. And finally, question 10. Mica. M-I-C-A. Mica. Animal, vegetable, mineral, or cheese? It was a nice quick one, wasn't it? Give you a while to think over those ones, and then we'll go through the answers to the sporting firsts. But that is the last question you'll have to answer tonight, so you can take a sigh of relief, unless, of course, you're still working on the picture round. And we'll go through that last. But if you're ready, we'll go through the sporting firsts. So the answer to question 1, who was the first man to score 400 runs in one Test match innings, was Brian Lara. And question 2, who was the first player in the Premier League era to score 100 goals for 2 different clubs? Alan Shearer. Question 3. In 1991, Tonya Harding became the first woman to land what figure skating move during competition? It was the triple axel. Question 4. How old was Nadia Comaneci when she became the first woman to score a perfect 10 in the 1976 Olympic Games? She was 14. 14 years old. And number 5, who was the first footballer to have a penalty saved in an FA Cup final? It was Ian Rush for Liverpool against Wimbledon. Question 6. Young Tom Morris became the first man in history of golf to do what in 1869 at the Open Championship? That was score a hole-in-one. And question 7. Who is the first and only tennis player in history to do the Golden Slam? All 4 plus the Olympics. It was Steffi Graf in 1988. Question 8. What did Dick Beardsley and Ing Simonson become the first men to do in London on the 29th of March 1981? They won the very first London Marathon. They finished together, hand in hand, crossing the line together for the first London Marathon. And number 9, which university won the first boat race in 1829? It was a 50-50, and if you went for Oxford, well done. Oxford won the first boat race in 1829. And number 10, in what decade was the first Super Bowl? It was in the 60s. 1967, to be precise, was the first Super Bowl. So that's the end of the sporting firsts. And animal, vegetable, mineral, or cheese. Just get your piece of paper ready for that one, and we'll mark those 2. And then we'll go through the picture round. So, question 1. Bongo is an animal. It's a type of antelope. Question 2. Panela is a cheese from Mexico. Question 3. Arugula is a vegetable, a bit like rocket. And question 4, flour of Raja is a cheese, a yak's milk cheese. Question 5, tufa, or however you want to say it, is a mineral. It's a limestone. And question 6, galena is also a mineral. It's a lead crystal, found in lead crystal. Number 7, civet is an animal. It's a cat. A big cat. No, not that big, but. And question 8, rutabaga is a vegetable. It's a type of a bit like a swede. Question 9, aruna. That's a cheese, a blue cheese from Finland. And finally, question 10, mica is a mineral. It's an igneous rock. So that's the end of that. That's basically the end of the quiz, apart from the answers to the picture rounds. I hope you managed to get a few of these all right. We will go through those round now. Number 1 is Peter Rabbit. Number 2, Thumper from Bambi. Number 3 is Pat the Bunny. Number 4 is the White Rabbit from Alice in Wonderland. Number 5 is Brer Rabbit. That's easy for me to say. Brer Rabbit. Number 6 is the Energizer Bunny. Number 7 is the Velveteen Rabbit. Number 8 is a Roger Rabbit. And number 9, of course, is Bugs Bunny. Number 10, not strictly about rabbit, but it's the Playboy Bunny. Number 11, probably the toughest one. It's the Rabbit of Carbonog from Monty Python's Holy Grail. And number 12 is Miffy. And number 13 is just Rabbit from Winnie the Pooh. Number 14, Benjamin Button. Benjamin Bunny, sorry, not Benjamin Button. Benjamin Bunny from Beatrice Potter. And number 15 is Buster Baxter from the Alfie comics. Number 16, back to Alice in Wonderland with the March Hare. And number 17 is the Duracell Bunny. Number 18, you can have a point for each if you like. It's Fiver and Hazel from Watership Down. And number 19 is the Nesquik Bunny. And number 20, well, that was just a generic picture of an Easter bunny. But if you put Easter bunny down, I'll give you that. As it's basically the Easter quiz. Right, that's it. That's it. I hope everyone enjoyed it. I hope you got an okay score. I think it's out of 82 or 83 this week with the picture round. So good luck tallying it all up and put it in the comments, see how you got on. And assuming everyone had a good time, we'll come back and do it again next week. Other than that, all I've got to say is enjoy isolation, everybody. Keep your distance. Try not to go completely mad before next week and we do it all again. Cheers, everyone. Take care. Bye.